My name is Kanado Yuki. I'm 25 years old and work part-time jobs. I wasn't able to get into my dream college, and that disappointment only continued. Even at this age, I haven't been able to get a full-time job, and my days are unstable. I haven't worn funeral clothes since my mom's funeral. It's actually pretty tight now. Today is a memorial service for my twin, older brother, and I was heading towards a temple in my hometown. My twin brother, we may have had the same face, but on the inside, we were completely different. Ever since we were little kids, he was always good at sports and school, and in college, he went on to medical school. And everybody around us had high hopes for him. That brilliant brother passed away in an accident, and everybody was stuck left with me. We had the same face, and the god of death must have chosen the wrong one. I'm sure I wasn't the only one that felt that way. Oh, you're here. Long time no see. Is that what I'm supposed to say in times like this? I didn't go to Haruto's funeral, so he probably didn't think I would come to the memorial service. My father seemed a little bit shocked, but he went straight back to his emotionless face as usual. Oh, I guess he seems like he's doing all right. My dad had high hopes for Haruto. That's why I thought he might be depressed, but he was a lot more normal than I thought. Well, maybe he's just trying not to show it in front of me. Either way, I'm sure he's angry that I didn't attend the funeral. It might sound like an excuse, but I had a reason why I didn't attend. And that was because I couldn't accept my brother's death. Ever since I was a kid, I've only been getting yelled at. The most memorable time was when I failed my college entrance exams. I was holed up in my room and my dad broke the lock to my bedroom and came in. Stop turning away from reality! You can't stay like this forever! Don't you feel sorry for your mom in heaven? Well, thanks to him yelling at me like that, I was able to get into my safety school, and I was able to graduate college, but my brother, who got into medical school and would be taken after the family hospital, was of course much more important to him. That's why when I left home when I was a sophomore in college, my dad seems like he was relieved of her burden.
Kanado?
Whoa, Rai?
Are you okay? Have you been well? I'm sure you were shocked that this has all happened so suddenly.
Yeah, well...
I'm so glad to see you. I was so worried about you.
As Rai said that, tears welled up in her eyes. I'm sorry. I guess I should have at least shown my face at the funeral. This woman was Rai Yuki. She's my older sister. That being said, we're not related by blood. Apparently right after she was born, someone left her outside of my dad's hospital. My parents had just gotten married and they didn't have children yet, so they took her in. After that, my brother and I were born, and she was a great older sister to us and took care of the twin boys. When her mom passed away and we were in high school, she became like a mother to us.
Hey, do you have time today?
I guess.
Well then, can you help with cleaning up the room?
What?
Haruto's room. It's in a crazy state.
Until I left home, Haruto and I were using one room together. The person who made it messy was always Haruto. That guy, he was always put together in school, but at home he was seriously a mess.
Exactly.
And yet, every single time, Dad would always tell me to clean up, and judging by his reaction, he definitely thought I was a messy one.
That's not true. It's because he knew that you were the only one that could clean it up. In reality, I also gave up on trying to get him to clean it as well. Like, why are there so many charging cords coming out from under the bed?
That's because he would always lie face down in bed while looking at his phone.
And this is why you know Haruto better than anybody else.
Well, yeah, we were twins.
That's true. Oh, let me go get dinner ready. The helper is off today, so...
Oh, sure. Right, she's always been so thoughtful of me. Sheesh, don't die with your room this messy. Being surrounded by my brother's things, I cried for the first time. Cleaning up the room took a lot longer than expected, and I had dinner with my family for the first time in a long time. After that, as I was talking to Rai, I realized that I'd missed the last train home. Oh shoot, it's already this late? It's not like you're working anyway, are you? Just stay! Excuse me?
Well, why don't you do that? I'll take you to the train station tomorrow morning.
Sure. This was the first time I was staying over in the guest room and my own house. Because he had just cleaned up Haruto's room, it was full of dust and it wasn't in a state where anybody could sleep. I'm tired. I don't know how many hours went by after that. but I woke up because I felt like the door had opened. On the other side of the door was Rai. Rai, what's the matter?
Can I come in?
What?
We used to sleep together like this all the time.
Well, that's true, but I was confused. But then Rai really did come into the bed and lay down next to me. Hey, wait!
This is so nostalgic. But also, sorry, dude. Thanks for cleaning up my room again.
Huh?
It's me, Haruto.
What are you saying? Please cut it out with the jokes. But wait, you're Yukata.
Whoa, my bad. Well, you wouldn't believe this anyway, would you? You never believed in spirits or anything at all. Alright, let me tell you 3 things that only I would know.
What on earth is this? She's speaking just like Haruto.
First, there's a huge birthmark on your butt cheek.
Yeah, how'd you know about that?
Second, for the college entrance exam, you purposely failed just the medical school exam.
What? That's right, I purposely failed. That was because I didn't want to become a doctor. I had another dream job. But when I left the exam venue, I realized just how selfish and a big deal that was. And I felt so bad towards my family that I was so ashamed that I couldn't come out of my room. And the only person in the world that should know that, with Haruto, who was sleeping and waking up in the same room as me. Is that really you, Haruto?
That's right.
I still can't believe this. But this way of talking that's so irritating, it has to be him.
Well then, the third one is...
That's enough, I get it.
After you left the house, Rie was always talking about you.
What?
Do you have any idea how worried about you she was? To the point where it almost made me jealous.
No way.
Don't worry. I only ever thought of Rie as part of the family. But not you. Right, Kanado?
What are you saying?
You liked her, didn't you?
That's right, I was in love with Rai. I was always losing to Haruto, and she was always the one to cheer me up. Before I knew it, I stopped seeing her as part of my family, and I'd fallen in love with her as a woman. That was one of the reasons why I left home.
You know, Rie, ever since I died, when it becomes nighttime, she cries.
I see.
So this time, it's your turn to cheer her up, Kanado.
Haruto.
I'm leaving it to you.
What? Are you asleep? Hey, you're Yukata! The next morning.
What? Why am I sleeping in here?
Rai didn't even remember coming into the guest room. And that made it seem like proof that it really was Haruto borrowing Rai's body to come talk to me.
I'm so sorry. Maybe I was sleepwalking.
No, it's okay.
I'm gonna go get changed, okay?
Oh, wait, something I want to talk to you about, Rai.
What? The day of Harato's funeral, I was actually standing on a stage.
What? What? A stage? I spent the whole night thinking about how I could cheer Rai up, so I decided to tell her about my dreams right now. But that's because instead of giving her empty words of encouragement, I thought that she'll be more relieved to hear that I was working hard towards something. When I told her about my dreams, she was really happy for me. A few days later, actually, ever since I was a little kid, I loved the performing arts, and it was my dream to become an actor. In college, I started acting, and now I'm actually a member of a famous acting troupe, and I've been getting bigger and bigger roles. However, I've never spoken to my family about this. That's because I felt shame that instead of becoming a doctor, I chose the path of acting. That shame had also become a stopper for me, and even towards acting, I haven't been able to put my all into it. But when I talked about how hard I was working towards my dream, and when I saw how happy she was for me, it suddenly felt like those walls came down. All right, let's do this! Perhaps as a result of that, I caught the eye of a producer of a television series during one of our acting troupe's performances, and I was actually given a small recurring role in the series. I wasn't in that many scenes, but even then, Rai was really happy for me, and every time she would send me her thoughts about the show. If only I could get a bigger role. Maybe Rai would be even happier? From there, I went to as many auditions as I could. And then this time, I was given a semi-leading role, and instantly my name was everywhere.
Sorry to make you wait.
Rai!
You kind of look like a celebrity in disguise.
How'd you know? But well, I kind of am a celebrity. Just kidding, let's go.
Yeah.
I was finally able to have confidence in myself, and I was able to be more proactive towards Rai. I invited her out to dinner and to see plays, and we were spending more time together. Someday I'll ask her out. That's what I thought, but...
Wait, isn't that actor? Doesn't it look like they're on a date?
I didn't notice at all that people nearby had their cell phones' cameras facing us, and a few days later, There were headlines on the papers that labeled the day I was hanging out with Rai a hot relationship. I had already spoken the truth to my acting trip, but today my dad had called me out to talk. Are you serious about this? What? When he confronted me in this way, I realized that my dad knew that I had romantic feelings towards Rai. And if it was the old me, I probably would have tried to cover it up. But now, yes, I am serious. I want to make Rai happy. Huh? Looks like you can finally speak for yourself. Rai! Rai.
Really?
Yeah, I love you, Rai.
I'm so happy. I also love you, Kanado.
You guys do as you want. And Kanado, you should go down the path that you choose for yourself. Dad, in place of my dad leaving the room, Rai came flying in with her face bright red. Rai? Sorry.
No, I'm so happy. When I saw how hard you were working, it made me feel like I need to work harder too. And at the same time, I felt like you were getting further away from me again.
Rai, on that day, we went from being stepbrother and sister to boyfriend and girlfriend. Just behind Rai, standing on the memorandum, was a photo of Haruto, and I felt like he was smiling at us.
Hello! Thank you so much for watching! I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. See you all next time! Bye-bye!